Hey Trish.
Hey Kristen, it's good to see you here at Family Reunion here at Keller Williams. And I wanted just to get an opportunity from you about the short sale marketing plan that you've been doing over, I would say, about the last 10 months.
Right.
I know you're using the short sale marketing system with ProStep.
Right.
And I'd like you just to share how that experience has gone and maybe some of the pieces even that you've been using to get measurable results.
Well, I think the key is to make sure that it all fits together with what you already have so that the web strategy for the short sales matches with your other web strategy. You know, we certainly have it. We're driving traffic to that site from a couple of different domain names, and we're doing it through both the newspaper, mailers, and then of course, as you know, I've been contacting my sellers and past clients over and over again via email and other avenues, trying to make sure that they understand that if they or someone they know is having trouble making their payments, that the bottom line is there are options available to them. And so we drive them to the site so that they can see what might be available and see how we might be able to help them.
That's great. I know you have a drip campaign in the back of your website. I also noticed that you don't have bukus of leads. Are you finding that you're converting them after the second or the third or the fourth email? Can you share with the group that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I would say it's like the second or third. Well, occasionally it's the first email, but rarely does it go beyond 2 or 3. Usually by that point, they're comfortable and I ask permission with me just picking up the phone and calling them. Or they will actually call the office and say, you know, I've looked through the site, I think I qualify, you know, to be considered for a short sale, I have a hardship, and, you know, at that point they want to talk to us. So we've been doing a lot of short sales. We actually just closed on one a week ago, which was probably the easiest one we ever did. There have been hard ones too, but for the most part, I think the great thing is it really does help the community. The more short sales you can do and try to eliminate foreclosures from hitting the market, the better it is for everybody.
Great. The last thing I wanted to ask you is, one of the first things you did is you did a press release out to your local media. I'd like you to share with others how that worked and what you did.
Well, I met with the publisher of our newspaper and I said, you know, I'm really concerned about our community. We've lived through this before. At this point, we have a short sale option that we didn't have before in the late 1980s. And so what I mentioned to her is, let's see what we can do to help the community. If I put together a press release that would really give some information to them, would you guys run it? Well, not only did they run it, but they ran it on the op-ed section of the newspaper, and it really got a lot of press. And it was really raised the awareness within our community that there are other options available, because most people just remember the 1980s where either major payment or foreclosure.
So let me just ask you, the two things out of the whole system, because there's a slew of things that we provide in the plan, would you say the press release and the 2x1s are the first two things they should do, or do you have any advice on that?
Well, for me, yes, because the 2x1s aren't expensive, and the messages, if you've got the right message and the right mode, you know, it drives traffic to the site. We can clearly see that. So those are the two things that we did that really heightened the awareness, drove traffic to the site, and allows people in their own comfort level, to review the site and to determine, is there other options available to me other than foreclosure and bankruptcy? And there are, and they can look at it themselves. And then if they think, hey, gee, this might work for me, then the emails start, or they pick up the phone, and then we really start the relationship. But it allows them to do it with some anonymity, that's easy for you to say, with some privacy.
Yes.
And I think that's important.
Absolutely. Well, those of y'all who have listened to this educational blurb, you can also check out shortsalemarketingsystem.com for more information on how to pull it all together. Thanks Kristan.
Thanks, Trish.